This is the Sarus 5, one of the many motorhomes available at Trips UK, perfect for families or just a general adventure and getaway. So let's take a quick walk around the motorhome. You've got your main fuel area here. You then have your gas that's available here, alongside your fresh water, and then your toilet facilities and garage at the back, which provides some incredible space. And of course, not forgetting that your wastewater is at the bottom here. As we come round to the other side, you've got the opposite side of the garage here. You've got your main electricity supply in this little cap. You have your main living quarters through this door, and of course your driver cabin at the front. So before we take a look inside the driver cabin, let's have a look at those keys that will come with your motorhome. Of course, the main keys to run the engine, and then also a key here to open the habitation unit. Now, also this key is what you'll use as well to open all the main compartments around the motorhome as well. So we're in the main cabin now. I'm in front of the steering wheel. You've got your wipers on the right hand side. You've got your lights to the left. You've also got cruise control on the main steering wheel here, as well as your headlights in this bottom right area too. You also have this little nifty pad section, which is perfect for if you have any kind of sat nav. Also your main gear stick, your heating system alongside your radio. You also, in the top right corner here, have details of height, length and width of the motorhome, alongside a reversing camera here as well. Now, filling the motorhome with fuel is easy. Simply open the door that allows access to the latch, and then simply diesel nozzle in and out. And then you also have your AdBlue at the bottom here, but to be honest, you don't need to worry about that. That'll be full when you leave here at Trips UK. When it comes to emptying the toilet, it couldn't be simpler. Simply push these two buttons here, open the flap, then you'll see this little lever underneath the main toilet section. Simply push the lever up, pull it out, then once you're on the floor, push the nozzle to the side, unscrew, then simply, once that's unscrewed, get ready to empty your waste by pressing the button and pouring it out. Once it's all empty, screw back on once more, there we go. Push back to the side, then you'll need to add your toilet chemicals back in once again. To do that, pull that to the side, pull this forward, pour your chemicals in, and then we'll close it all back up. Now, the important thing is here to make sure that this nozzle is turned straight once again before lifting back up and putting the toilet waste back into its compartment. And it's as simple as that. So when it comes to supplying electric to your motorhome, it couldn't be easier. Simply open the flap, then get your cable, pull up the flap here, but not all the way, because you want to be able to slot it on to the main plug section there. Then when it comes to leaving the site, simply pull the blue flap up once again slightly, pull out, flap down, and there you have it. So this is where you'll find your waste water. To empty, simply pull up to the wastewater site, then just give the nice handle a tug, empty the water, and then push back in once more. So this is really important. This is your gas compartment. Now, both gas bottles must be off when in transit, but once you've reached your destination, simply open the door, then come on down and turn both gas bottles on. You can do that by just twisting around 2 or 3 times. Now, this does have an auto valve, so if one gas bottle becomes empty, the other one will then be your main source of gas. Then, once you're ready to leave once again, come back to your gas bottles, turn them both off, and then you're ready to head into transit once more. We now move on to your freshwater supply, which can be found on the side of the motorhome. Simply pull up the flap, then untwist the main cap here, like so. Then get your hose pipe or maybe your watering can, place in, and simply wait for it to fill. Then we pull it out once more, and then we put the cap back on, twist and lock, pull out, flap down, and job done. So as soon as you enter the motorhome, the main thing to do is head over straight to your control panel. Simply turn it on. Then you'll see your 3 light functions here. Turn those on around the motorhome. You can also switch on your water there and also get information of how the status of the whole vehicle is doing as well. That's your gas, your electricity, and your water as well. Everything that you could possibly need to control the motorhome is right here in this control panel. We now head over to your main heating panel inside the living quarters of your motorhome. To turn on, simply push the disc in, this will then bring you to your main control screen. The two main logos to watch out for here are your camper van and your water. We'll start with your camper van. This controls the heating inside of your motorhome. As we click that back on once more, click on that. At the moment, it's currently off. However, you can use the dial to increase the temperature in the heating to your desired level. So let's put it on 24 for now. We then come back to the main heating screen once again. We can flick over to water. We click on that. Now, currently the hot water is off, but we can put that up to eco mode, or we can put it up once again to hot, and then we have boost, which is perfect for a 30-minute blast. Once you've selected your desired option, simply go back to your main screen, and that's everything you need to know about your heating panel. So once you're parked up and your gas is turned on, you can then use your hob. To use this, simply pull up the main glass panel. You have a 3 hob option here. Then to turn on, simply turn and click until it turns on. So now we come to your fridge. To turn on, simply hold the on button. You'll then have your control panel here. Now at the moment, this is on automatic. This will be the main function you use. However, if you do want to change the power supply, simply hold the square button down and use the arrows to select a different function. That is your electrical supply. Then you can always run from the car battery, and then you can always run from the gas as well. But as I said, the main function you'll end up using is that automatic function there. To select that, once again, simply click the square button, which will also help you control the temperature of the fridge, and then it's ready to go. So all the windows are the same when it comes to your motorhome. To open it up, simply press in the buttons and pull around on each of the options, then push out, and you'll hear a tiny click. That will hold it open for you. You can always go up one more as well, and it'll hear the click once again, and you'll pull in to close, and then you can always as well just leave it open slightly like so. But if you want to close it completely, once again push that button in and pull the levers back around. Now you also have some blinds with this. You have your fly screen blind as so, push that back once more, or you have your blackout blinds, which is this one here. So your toilet, you've got the flush at the top of the system here, and then you've got your little latch to open the toilet at the bottom there. Now what's really nifty about this is that the bathroom is essentially a wet room. So for your shower, simply pull out the tap and use, and then once you're done, slide back into the tap once again. So you can make the bed here simply by lifting and pulling this tabletop out. You also have this slight button here, which you push in, which will allow the leg to become shorter. That will then become at the same level as these two seats. You can then pull out the extra supports like so, and use the extra padding available to create some more space for your bed. Couple of things to be mindful of, especially on the Sarus 5. Firstly, your exhaust at the bottom here. Just be careful when you're taking those tight corners. Other things to be mindful of when using a motorhome from Trips UK is, of course, the high corners here, as they are often wider than the actual vehicle. So just be aware of that, especially when you're in the cabin. That'll have all of your measurements there, the height, width, and of course the length of the vehicle as well. Now, one thing to note on all the motorhomes here at Trips UK is this little device that you'll notice on the side of your vehicle. Make sure to please stay clear of this, as this releases hot gas throughout your time using the vehicle. So very dangerous indeed. Do make sure to keep it clear. Now, in all the vehicles here at Trips UK, we also supply you with connector cables, ramps, mats, hose pipe, and even furniture as well.